Alright, and it's your boy iDef, and I'm back with another review for you guys. And this time we got Kure Raian from Kengan Ashura by Storm Collectibles. This is my first Storm Collectibles, so I'm excited about it. Nobody really ever shows the boxes in the reviews, and I assume it's because you can't really see the figure that well inside there, but the box is pretty cool. Got a little pose of him on the side. You got some cool little poses of him beating the crap out of Oma. Then you got a cool little, like, straight from anime. Something I do want to point out is you see him on all these with that torso, but once we get him open, you'll see that there is something different. Then nothing too crazy on that, but I do like the box. It is cool, and I am going to keep it for storage mostly, but it does look cool. But let's go ahead and run them through the old IDF system. Is the figure in good shape? Does the figure function as intended? Everything that's included with the figure, plus scaling, and then just my final thoughts. Usually a little pose at the end when I'm talking about it too, unless I forget. Alright, and here he is out of package, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's been like 9 days since I made the first clip of this video. Just letting you know. And I have not messed with him since then, but we'll start off with, we'll start off, is the figure in good shape? As far as I can tell, he has no paint issues. Everything looks good. The paint looks great on all the accessories. I will say, I'm sure they still are. His wrists, oh, no, I guess they're loosened now, but his wrists at first were really tight. But that's not really, like, something wrong with the figure. I'm just letting you know. I do know from a lot of reviews I've watched, these can have tight joints, so if you do get one, just be wary of that. But yeah, so I'd say he's definitely in really good shape. He looks great. Really good quality control, I would say. But anyways, start with head articulation, or does the figure function as intended? How are you guys liking the rating system, by the way? Yeah, just let me know in the comments if you see this. Like, let me guys know if you like that or if I should stop. But yeah, he can't look up too much, but he can definitely, like, if you have him in a straight standing position, like straight standing, like not arching his back, he's looking up, so I'm not complaining. Very expressive side to side, and then of course it'll 360. He has like a, I don't know, I think this is a straight up like an actual butterfly joint, but gets a lot of good range there. Well, we can learn about this together on camera. I think this just goes back in there like this. Yeah, can you guys see it? I'll take this back out. So it has an arrow pointing up on this side. You can see that. But it goes back in like that. Then you just pop it back in. Pretty easy. Like, nothing too, like, crazy difficult. Yeah, his arms don't quite touch, though. Sorry, that took a little bit longer than expected, because I didn't expect that to happen, but they're meant to come out. And it wasn't too hard to get it out, it looks like. But it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be like a big issue, you know what I mean? He does have bicep swivels, so that's a little tight too. I don't know, I wouldn't go this way too much. If you can see which way I'm going, like, with his bicep going outward, I wouldn't do that too much. But yeah, I don't know, I wouldn't. It can, but it feels like there's a lot of pressure there, so I'd be wary of that. He gets about a perfect, like, 90 degree, because he's, it's pretty jacked. That's not bad. It definitely could be better, but it's not bad. And then you saw the ball joint. That's pretty good range. Oh, the hand came off. But yeah, and you can turn that, obviously. decent range, not crazy. And then we'll leave the waist for last. Oh. Oh. That on. Yeah, I'd say realistically you're getting like a little over a 90 degree, which is not bad. But he does get a, yeah, he gets a perfect split, straight up, which we'll see in a second, but I'm actually surprised he doesn't kick a little bit higher. But what's happening is his leg is actually pushing this out. Which, you know, I'm glad it pushes itself out instead of, like, having a bunch of bad paint rub and stuff, but yeah, it's even worse if you put him forward, too, damn. Yeah, there's not really any way around it, like, he's only gonna get about there. And I was doing kind of a weird thing with his, I don't know, sorry, getting carried away. Oh, and he does, it's pretty minimal, but he does have a little bit of thigh swivel. But he's got pretty deep end. And then his feet go pretty decent point. To get that straight so you can get it better. It does not, like, even if you pivot his foot and then try to go up more, like, it doesn't really go up too far. And then he's got toe articulation, which is pretty stiff, which is good. It'll help you with posing articulation and stuff. So anyways, to the torso, as you can see, it's like one piece. At the waist, it gives you a pretty decent bit of articulation. I don't want to push it too hard. I think this does technically bend, but it'll start folding this up and making it look weird. But there's a reason I brought this up last. Also, side to side. I think it'll bend back, but again, it kind of looks weird. I don't think you're really meant to be articulating this, but I'll be right back with you. Actually, so I'll show you this first before I go off screen. He comes with another torso that's actually broken up, but you'll get better articulation. So we're going to switch into that real quick. So here he is with the other torso. It doesn't really fix the articulation with his legs. He still gets the same kick. But again, it's good enough. I'm not complaining about it. But yeah, with the upper torso, and then that's going to be about your bend, which is a lot better. You will get a lot of gap back here though. And then when you're coming back, you kind of have to fit it back over there. And then with just his top part going back, that's him going back. And then with, yep, that's it. It's a little gappy, but put it to about here. Oh, I got a little bit further back. And that's about as far as back as heel kick. Sorry, I just want to mess around. Oh, damn. Yeah, honestly, I think drop down is what really would have set this figure like over the top, you know what I mean? But as far as I know, Storm Collectibles doesn't do drop down, which I don't really understand, but oh, this twists too, by the way. fully balance. Give me a second, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm impressed. I think he's pretty dope. This isn't even the end of the video. I just wanted to see if he'd do this, but he definitely will. But, yeah, I would say to Storm Collectible standards, this is the only one I've had, so I can't fully speak to it, but, I've watched reviews on them. I essentially kind of knew what I was getting into when I got this figure too. I mean, not gonna lie, because I did watch reviews. I swear though, some of the people's reviews I watched, like, he did get a little bit better of a kick, but I could just be misremembering, like, completely, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm satisfied. I think he's dope. I'll definitely get some fun posts at him, even though he's massive and he's not going to scale with most of my stuff. But, so I guess you already seen the other chest, and now he has this one on, so we don't need to go over the chest anymore. But, let's get into all his accessories. So we'll start out with his head. He has another, like, smiling face, but he's more like kind of like laughing diabolically, but paint looks good. Hair sculpt is consistent. And then you got kind of a, he's kind of like pissed off, but he's kind of like, what's the word? Like, he's, you know, stressed, like, you know, Tomo might get the upper hand on his ass, you know what I mean? And then he comes with I mean, 4 sets of hands, including the ones he has on. Because, like, you could probably use these as either, like, martial arts or, like, grappling hands. Then you have, relaxed hands, slapping hands. You could put it, like, his hands flat on the ground. Or, not quite flat, but pretty close. You slap the shit out of someone. You do all sorts of stuff with it. And then he comes with just kind of these. I think these are also kind of martial arts hands. Not sure what else you do with them. Like martial arts stance or something. Maybe even a palm fist. I'm not sure, but for probably the coolest one he comes with, though, he's going to come with this. And I do want to show you something real quick. So we got his box out. You'll see on there, that's on his right foot. You see that? It's on his right foot, for sure. There's an image down there, on his right foot. And now, I know this figure's been out for a while, so a lot of you probably already know this, but it absolutely, like, when I first started trying to put it on this foot, like, the last time I tried, before I started trying again, I did get it to stick for a second, but it just won't stay on there. It goes on his left foot, like, for sure. There's, without a doubt, like, this is where it goes. That's the foot it goes on. I don't know if that's a, like, issue with Storm Collectibles, like, them printing the stuff or whatever. It's really not a big deal, though. It looks just as good on that leg, but yeah, that's really weird to me that was kind of like a QC issue that happened, but yeah, that's everything he comes with. Let's do some scaling with him. So I don't have too many 7-inch scale figures. And also, here's the thing. The heights on Stain are super inconsistent. Like, I don't think his height has been officially stated. Like, I've seen some stuff saying he's, like, supposed to be 6'5", and then I've seen some that say he's, like, 5'7". I don't think he's 5'7", but let's operate at the assumption that he's, like, 6'1". Kure Raian is, like, 6'2". These are both 7-inch scale, so it doesn't work. I think they look good together, but, like, as far as assumed canonical scale, like, this doesn't work. I do think they look good together, but yeah, I feel like Storm Collectibles really only scales with Storm Collectibles, but I'll put a few more with him. Here he is with City Hunter, who I do want to remind you, this is NECA, so it's 7-inch scale, and City Hunter's supposed to be like 8 foot tall. Like, I'm trying to get through to you if you do want to get into Storm Collectibles. They are pretty big figures. They're really dope, but they're big figures. I'm trying to think what else I can scale them with. To really get, like, the Storm Collectibles scaling point through to you, here is a McFarlane Nightfall Batman, which 7-inch scale, I will remind you again. not saying it a rude way. I like these a lot, and I'm probably going to get more of them, but I do want people to realize this is nowhere close to 1/12 scale. Batman, I think, is also 6'2" or 6'1". This just doesn't work. Like, you can do him with other figures, and like, you can if you want to pretend he's just, you know, some other character, like, it'll work. But as far as like relative scaling, no, he does not. What can I say? I think he's pretty dope. He can balance on his toes doing a kickstand. Yeah, could he have a higher kick? Sure, but bro, this set's dope. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. He's dope. I love him. I can't wait to get Baki. They're gonna be fighting for sure, but he is a little bit spendy, but he's a well-engineered figure overall. He looks really, really good. And anything else that's in scale that's anime, he's gonna look good with too, in my opinion, for most part. Obviously he's probably gonna look weird with certain characters, but you know what I mean. Just the sculpting is really good. All the little like line work for the veins and stuff, like, dope figure. I highly recommend. I think that's gonna be it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this was informative, and hope you guys decide whether or not you want to get him, because I also want to mention, I think he was recently reissued, so he's going for like what I assume is retail, which is a little bit cheaper than I've seen a lot of Storm Collectibles go for. So if you're interested, I would pick him up, but I think that'll be it. Hope you guys enjoyed.